Hello and welcome. It's me, Kinsu Rocket. Now, you've already seen the title of this video. Let's talk about the Switch 2, right? And I know what you guys are thinking. Whenever you saw the direct, immediately your mind should have gone to, what does Kinsu think, right? What is this brave, sexy, just awesome man think? You didn't think that, but humor me on this, right? So, what did I think, and what do I think about buying it, and what do I think about it? It came out. This isn't everything. First impressions, they're a pretty big deal on whether or not someone wants to buy a console or not. Consoles are a very big investment, and that just goes for any console. I mean, even the cheap ones. You have to drop hundreds of dollars in hope that they release a good game. I mean, it's a cutthroat business, and it's really up in the air whether or not a console's good or not. Because another thing that happens with that is that the company suffers if the console is not good. Because for the next 6 to 8 years, that's what they're going to use, and there's no getting out of it. So, what did I think of it? Well, I reacted to the whole thing, and while I'm not releasing that because Nintendo would probably fucking copyright me, because under fair use, I can critique this footage, but I feel like I wasn't saying enough in the recording of me watching it to, put it as critiquing. It kind of just looked like I was staring at it, right? And I had my brother with me, and I'll show off some parts of me and him reacting to it, but for the most part, it was mainly silent. So, so I don't get sued, we're just going to not skip over it, but we're going to look more detailed. Because when I was watching it, I had seen it before. However, I hadn't seen the whole thing. I had seen the beginning and then the end, not what was in between. So, let's see. There were new games, there were new features about the Switch, there were old games, and there was new bullshit and old bullshit. With the intro out of the way, let's talk about the Switch 2 Direct. It's an hour and 2... Alright, fine. The Direct started off actually great. I love the way it started off. It started off with Mario Kart right off the bat. Which, I mean, everybody fucking loves Mario Kart. If you show fucking, Legend of Zelda, only Legend of Zelda fans are gonna get a kick out of that. If you show Mario, only people who like Mario are gonna get a kick out of that, right? If you show just a main Mario game. Well, what they did instead was they showed off Mario Kart, which is more accessible to everybody. Not only that, it's fucking beautiful. I don't know what it is, but when it comes to the graphics of something as simple as the sun, you know what I mean? It just looks great. It is fantastic looking. It's beautiful even, right? Now, they showed off a bunch of weird ass characters that I would have never guessed would have been in Mario Kart, and it was super weird to look at. They showed off the new Grand Prix and how it was just different areas of the same map. They showed off a new feature called Free Roam, or it's not called Free Roam, but it's like a free roam thing where you can drive around with your friends just around this big ass map. I thought the map kind of looked like a fucking thing you'd find in Fortnite, but I mean, I guess, I don't know, it's just the way the map is structured and the way it looks and how it's divided up into different biomes, I guess you could say, or regions. So, not what I was expecting, or I guess I was expecting it, because you can't go wrong with Mario Kart. Mario Kart is one of Nintendo's bread and butter franchises. You cannot go wrong with Mario Kart, because you make the hardcore nerds happy, but you also make the casuals happy, which is what Nintendo has been aiming at for so long. And, the casual market is a pretty big market for Nintendo, though it's not their biggest, right? And then they showed off elimination rounds, where if you were in a place that was going to get eliminated, right? So, if you were in 24th, and 24th gets eliminated, you're out, tournament style. And I thought, I don't know how I feel about it. I think it's a great idea. Am I going to play it a lot? No. But I feel like the guys people have had this in mind. And now that they see it and see that it's an actual thing, they're very excited for it because it's something new. They didn't show really any battle mode, which I was kind of concerned about. I mean, it's what the fuck is battle mode? If there's no battle mode, that's kind of disappointing. Another thing that's disappointing, though, is that I looked at their roster. So like a friend of mine pulled up a roster, the Mario Kart roster on his phone, and we looked at it. He looked it up on Google, right? Well, I look at it, and so much of that roster is like filler. You know what I mean? Like, it's filler, not in the way that it was like Mario, Metal Mario, and 8 Deluxe, right? No, it was like the cow from Moo Moo Meadows, a Goomba, a fucking Cheep. You know, like, I don't know why they're adding these characters. It could just be because they want to fill out the roster, because this game has the biggest roster out of all of them, if I'm correct. I'm pretty sure I'm correct on that. So, it has the biggest roster, but what's the cost, you know? Like, what's the cost of this big roster? Like, yes, Nintendo, this is a big roster, but how much of it are characters that we actually like, you know what I mean? I would have preferred if they had put characters from their other series, like how in Mario Kart 8 there was Link and there was Splatoons, and they added that other, I don't know, Dry Bones Bowser, Dry Bone Bowser, you know what I mean? I fucked that up 3 times. I like the game a lot, and I think the mechanics where you can like drive on the walls look cool. Overall, pretty excited about that. So, they started off this event with a fucking bang, I must say. So, when it came to the new Mario Kart, I was pretty happy, even though I did not show it in the footage. But, hey, I'm going to say it. I think it looked good. I think it's going to be good. And, well, we'll just have to see and wait. It's coming out the day of the console, which is also a pretty big fucking deal. Because I remember the Switch's launch wasn't that interesting. I think the only thing interesting that came out was Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So, I mean, you know, it's good to start out with a Mario Kart game that's more casual, you know what I mean? Because I don't remember what the Switch came out with originally, but I remember it was pretty fucking slow. So, let's see, and let's move on to the next game they showed off. Let's see if they do better or worse. And does it make the event is it worthwhile for the event, is the question. Did they show off the right things, and did they keep the energy going? Did they keep the hype up? Because, in my opinion, Mario Kart is like their special weapon, you know what I mean? It's like the weapon that you shoot because you know it's going to hit them, and you know it's going to hit them hard. And they use that weapon immediately. So I want to see if they have any more weapons, and let's see if they're any damn good. Not gonna lie, the hype didn't really stay. Well, it's not that the next thing they revealed was bad, it's that they revealed, you know, this cool Mario Kart game. You know, video games, which is why you buy a console, right? You buy a console to play video games. I didn't buy that PlayStation so I can use it as a fucking DVD player to play The Godfather, okay? Even though I do that, right? But I didn't buy it to watch movies. I bought it to play video games. Sorry, that was my copy of Dragon Ball Evolutions. Oh fuck! I'm gonna get cooked. Don't worry, my sweet prince. I haven't watched it yet. Movie review coming out soon, I guess. Yeah, I have Dragon Ball Evolutions. Out of all the things I had to fall out. Oh man. Alright, back to the point, right? So immediately they show off the controllers, and they're holding it like this. And I assumed that it was going to be console knowledge. How does the console work? You know what I mean? Kind of like Astro's Play World type deal. Like how I explained how it worked, right? Just like a fun little way to explain how it works. Well, what they actually did was show, imagine this is like the Switch Joy-Con, right? Right here, there is a C button. And I was like, the fuck is C supposed to mean? Well, it means online chat. You know, it means party chat. You talk with your friends. They added, it looks like fucking Discord. I'm going to be so honest with you, it looks like Discord. And the entire time, they had it set up kind of like how Discord does in the call. You know, everybody has their own, like, square. I think in Discord it's actually a circle. But whatever, you get what I'm saying. It has your avatar, so there's like Bowser there or whatever, right? Here's the thing about the chat, right? One, Nintendo hasn't been good at making voice chat or any online feature since their inception. It's just not really what they specialize in. PlayStation, PC, and Xbox have all gotten it figured out. Right? I messed up on that now. They've all gotten it figured out. But Nintendo, when it comes to stuff like that, has fallen behind. So this is a nice way to try to catch up. The thing is that you tend to go off of prior knowledge. And my prior knowledge is that they don't do well in this field at all, right? Let me ask you something, right? Do you know about the Nintendo Wii had a microphone system? I think it was primarily used for Animal Crossing. And it was exactly like that camera thing, because there's a camera for it too, like the webcam I have here. But it's a stick, and it has like the face cam thing on a little stick that has like a little stand, right? Well, here's the thing. That looks not identical, but it looks similar to something that they already did a long time ago. For the Wii, they made a camera with a microphone in it. I think it was a camera. It definitely had a microphone in it. And it would sit next to your TV, next to your Wii, and it would record your gameplay, I think, and your voice, so that you could talk to them while you're playing you're playing Animal Crossing, even though it's not two-player. You're just playing and looking at each other's worlds, I guess. But because it was right next to the TV, it was kind of like the PlayStation microphone on the controller. Yes, it's a mic, but it sucks dick because now you don't have a headset set up, right? And it hears what's coming from the TV, and it echoes horribly. And that did the same thing. So when it comes to this little stand thing, as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, I don't know. And they showed another thing off, which was cool. Screen sharing. So you can prioritize a screen. It was choppy as fuck. But you could prioritize a screen and show what you were doing, which I think is cool, because then everybody can be playing a different game, and we can all look at that. For that, the squares are necessary at the bottom of the screen. But I'm praying, right, that there's an option to turn this off. Because when I'm trying to play, sometimes I'll platinum games and Elijah will just be on call. So I'm not alone just basically talking to myself all day, right? And he'll be on call and we'll talk. But you know how irritating it'd be if I saw his fucking Miles Morales profile picture in the corner the entire time? Like how Discord does it? But with Discord, they make it small. It's not very noticeable. With Nintendo, it takes up the whole imagine watching this video of me and there are fucking squares here. And they go, they're like this big. And it has like your mom's photo ID. Like the picture you have of her on your contacts, it's here. Because you're on call with her, or she's calling you and you're still watching a YouTube video or something like that. Imagine that. It's like Subway Surfers, but like for functioning human beings. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's not bad. I think it could work. I don't know about the camera. I don't know about the screen share. Screen share looked, I already said, pretty choppy. I just kind of want to see how they go through with this, because I mean, you can't really mess it up. They had a headphone jack they showed off, which I mean, I'm going to be using. Come on, I'm not going to use because I think there's a built-in mic in the controller, but it's going to be like the PlayStation 5 mic that I just said. It's a mic. It's not good though. So let's just see how this plays out. I like game chat. I hate the actors they picked for it, because I don't think they play games. I don't think I know what they're doing. And let's just see where it goes, because I mean, you don't know. It might be the best voice chat we've had since fucking Skype or something. I don't know. Does anybody remember Skype? I barely do. I just came up with that on the spot. So, let's see. After this, did they continue with the hype? What did they bring up? Because they went from here to like here. Like a little lower. Like, yes, this is shit I want to know. But like, you know, I've said it already. I'm here for games. And that was not a game. And it was something I didn't really need to know. But let's see if they can pick up the hype and pick up the fire where they left it. On second thought, there's actually one more thing I need to bring up. With the webcam, they showed off like a sort of, it wasn't a green screen, but it was like they changed the background of just to like something Mario related, or to your gameplay, which I thought was cool. They showed off a new Mario Party Jamboree thing, or I think it was Jamboree, I don't know. And it was like putting your face next to the character while you react. So I mean, it's gonna be fucking great watching people in fucking like play Mario Party, and then them rolling, looking up, just trying to role play, and then just being like, "Fuck!" You know what I mean? So I mean, it's gonna be a fucking blast. That seems interesting to me. It seems fun. So for that, webcam kind of looks a little cool. It's looking more appetizing. Am I gonna buy it? Not unless it comes with the console, honestly. But I mean, I might. I don't know if I got an extra fucking $50 laying around. Maybe I'll start a GoFundMe or something. I don't know. Like, you know, it's not something I'd go out of my way to buy. But I mean, if there was like, if the cashier at fucking Target was like, "Oh, we only have these versions. They have the mic, and it's $20 more," and I'm like, okay, throw it in my cart. So I don't know. It's still 50-50 with me. You know, I thought I was done talking about the fucking voice chat. I really did. I was like, yay, I'm done. You know, I'm going to go lay in my bed and take a little break, right? No, I'm not. Because they dropped this bombshell at the end, and they're like, you need a membership in order to use the voice chat. Don't worry, there'll be an open access period. And it's just that PlayStation does this. Xbox does this. PC is the only one that doesn't do this. Why do you do this to me, man? Why do you do this shit? It's like... Okay, when it comes to PlayStation, they don't lock the ability to be on voice chat if you don't have fucking PlayStation Plus. This does. Like, what in the fuck? I have Nintendo Online, and I'm still complaining because it's bullshit. Like, it's just another subscription to keep up with. Nintendo... This is something we're going to get into at the end of the video when we're done with talking about everything they've talked about so far. And then we get into, like, the overall, right? But price is something that has come up with this console a lot. And we're going to get to that, and it'll be near the end. So, let's see. But, you know, it's just that, I don't know, I just hate it when they bring that dumb shit up. Like, it sucks dick, man. It really does. I don't like it at all. Like, come on. Just give me online. You guys haven't had online for decades. And when you did do online Nintendo, it sucks dick. So just give me voice chat. I ask for so very little. Please. Please voice chat, Nintendo. Please. Like, why do you want more? When would you be satiated, you know? It's like, god damn, Nintendo. Just give me fucking voice chat. You've already taken it from me for like decades. Just give me this one thing, man. Just once. Just once. After that, nothing interesting really happened, or like the thing right after it wasn't very interesting. It was like they immediately just started talking about parental controls, and it was like Bowser just messing with parental controls, and that's all they were talking about there. But I just want to say, I don't think if I was a father, I would let my son be friends with Boo. I don't know, he just doesn't really strike me as someone who has a clean record, you know? What happened next? Well, not really huge news. I mean, it's gaming related, so I'm gonna bring it up. It was share play, and it was that you could share play games even if the other consoles that you're around. It's a local share play thing, even if they don't have the game, and you can share play with the Switch 2 to the Switch OLED, the Switch, and the Switch Lite, which I thought was pretty fucking cool. They're gonna come through software updates later on, and it's only gonna be like a few select titles, but I mean, you know, it's still pretty good. You know, I like that they do that. It's pretty, I'm sure the connection's not going to be that good, but like still, you know, it's good to have hope and have some kind of, you know, not side thing, some kind of like community, I guess you could say, thing in the household, you know, sharing games and stuff like that. So, you know, I was pretty happy over this. I mean, sure, it's only a select couple games, but I mean, shit, you know. You could share a multiplayer game and hang out with the homies, because like everybody and their mom has a Switch, so why not? Now let me ask you a personal question. When it comes to gaming directs, what exactly are you looking for? Like, too complicated where everybody has a different answer, but some people have different answers than others. For instance, you might have watched the direct to see what games were coming out. But me personally, I watched the direct because I wanted to see what the console was like. And this is where they finally showed off what the console could do. The first thing they showed off was a bigger screen. After that, they showed how it was actually as slim as a normal Switch, so it isn't as big as like, say, a Steam Deck. Because I have a Steam Deck and the thing's thick as fuck, right? But this is the same size, so it's you know, it's still portable. It's still a portable system is what they're trying to convey here. Then they showed off that even though it's small, well, small compared to like PlayStations, I guess. Even though it's small, it's still got like good graphics and it's still got pixels and it still runs at 1080p and or not still runs it. It now runs at 1080p, I guess I should say. And it shows a comparison shot of Mario far away from the camera and it zoomed in and it was a pretty good shot, you know. So they're just showing off that it is more powerful than the normal Switch. I'm not going to go too in depth here because I feel like my live reaction just says it all. So just play it, I guess. Okay. Whoa, okay. Hold on. 120 FPS? Frames per second. You're telling me that it has 100... Okay, well, I'm going to let you... No way, right? Then they kind of brought up LCD and HDR support, which just makes your games look prettier, which I didn't really care about. And then they brought up the big thing, which is that the Switch Joy-Cons don't connect how they used to, which they were slide-ons. They are now magnetically attached to the thing. And I mean, I guess my live reaction also just supports what I thought about that. I mean, I guess it's cool. I feel like my live reaction is just better. Well, how are you supposed to get it out? Okay, I was like, this here guy fucking struggling with this shit. After they were done like announcing the Joy-Cons, they announced that the Joy-Cons have the ability, you can turn them on their side like this and you can use them as a mouse, right? You can use both of them as mice, right? And then right after that, they showed that the audio from the console itself, so like when you're playing it on this, the audio has been, you know, revamped and it's far better. And then after that, they brought up the built-in mic, which when it came to the built-in mic, I've already said how I feel about it, is that built-in mics almost never fucking sound good and they're never good like at all. So, you know, all this like all put together, the best thing they revealed was that it could be used as a mouse. Then the audio quality being good is also a great thing. But then they revealed that the, you know, built-in mic, which I mean, great, Nintendo, that's great, you know, but you know, it's a built-in mic. I mean, it can't be that good. You know what I mean? So that's all I really have to say about that. That's like lackluster stuff. But after this, I think they got into more like interesting things. So let's check it out. All right, I'm gonna be honest. I was wrong. So they don't actually start talking about anything interesting yet. That's the thing. After all this, so we're just gonna speed run what they talked about. They talked about 3D audio. They talked about backwards compatibility with the Switch. They talked about a new cooling system in the dock to make sure that it doesn't overheat. They talked about 2 USB-C ports and an actually good stand on the back so the Switch can actually fucking stand up. So, I mean, you know, great shit, you know, like amazing. But, you know, I'm here for games, which I get that it's a Nintendo Switch Direct itself, so it's going to talk a lot about the system. It's just I want more games, and it's about to get into that. So let's just skip all this boring shit and get to the meat, the main course. This is like an appetizer. I want the main course. They also talked about storage capacity. They upped it quite a bit. They upped it to 256 gigabytes, which is fucking fantastic. And honestly, here's the thing with that. At this point, they didn't show off the games, so I didn't know if there were any games that were even going to be, like, need that much storage. Which they show it off later near the end of the presentation. But, like, it's still really good to know. Because I remember fucking my family members were getting, like, new fucking SAM disk drives or whatever the fuck. I think they also showed that off later on. But, yeah, it's nice to know that you have more storage. More storage is nice. After that, we got what looks to be a Japanese man in purgatory. But then, after that, we got fucking video games. Thank the gods. This is why we're here, right? We're here for video games. You're buying a Switch to play video games. I've already said this. Not watch movies. You're not here for that. Sure, you can use it for that, but you're not here for that. You're here for video games. And it's a fucking tech demo. That's not even really a tech demo. Imagine Astro's Playworld, right? For PlayStation 5, when that came out. That game wasn't necessarily the biggest game in the world because it's meant to show off what the console can do and like the inner workings of the console. Think of it like that. But you know what was great about Astro's Playroom? Or was it Astro World? No, it was Astro Playroom. The best part about that was that you didn't have to fucking pay for it. It came with the console. This, on the other hand, looks worse than Astro's Playroom. And you have to pay for it. It's just fucking... It looks like tutorial pop-ups. Like, this doesn't look like a game, Nintendo. This looks like a fucking excuse. You know? Like, this is not a very strong way to start off your game talk, right? And we'll get about games costing something in a minute. But for right now, we're just going to talk about this. This is, you know... I mean, I guess it's games. They're getting started. But, like, you know how I said in the beginning they started off like this with fucking Mario Kart and they kind of went down? At this point, dude, they're near the damn floor. I mean, you can't fuck up too many times here, Nintendo. But let's see how they fucking fix this after this shit. So, basically what it is it's just walk around a Switch, like, device, and it tells you how the Switch works. And, like, there's shit there you wouldn't know unless you played it. Which, I mean, I guess has some value to it, Nintendo. But not enough to warrant me wanting to buy this. Unless I did a review on it. You know what I mean? So, whatever. I'm not a fucking multi-billion-dollar company. But, you know. Not a very fucking smart idea. Just saying. Before we go any further, I wanted to, like, explain something real quick. Like, William... Two things. William, why are you in a robe? Well, to be honest with you, it's 12:31 at night on a school night. And I just couldn't sleep. So, you know, I've been wanting to do this. Plus, this video has been gnawing at me. When did this direct come out? I don't remember. But it's now like the 16th of April. Yeah, it's exactly. It's 16th of April. 16th of April. I've been working on this video for a long time because I've been putting it off. And I've uploaded nothing this month. So, like, this video has just been gnawing at me. We're halfway through the month. No videos out. The 2 next videos are probably going to be edited. So, yeah. I had been, like, putting the same shirt on. Like, washing the shirt and then putting the same Mario shirt on. To make it look like it was in the same day. Which it's not. Because I've been putting it off that bad. So, that's why I'm in a robe. Second thing is, after this point, like, mid fucking, like, the tech demo thing. My brother came in the room and I got the... fucking face cam to work properly. So after that, it's hot in this thing. After that, like, there's a lot of clips of me and him kind of just having fun. So, you know, you will see some clips of that, just the funny bits we had. And, yeah, you'll see some of that. So, you know, we had a pretty fun time, I'd say. But, you know, it's whatever. But, no, that's why I'm wearing a robe. Some of the clips are going to have my brother in it. We did videos with him before. He was Darth Vader in the fucking BO6 Liberty Falls video. And he's in the other Easter egg videos too. So don't worry. If you like him, you'll get enough of him. Trust me. So, you know, he's a pretty funny guy, I will say. I trained him well. But, no, that's all I wanted to... Just to clarify what the hell is about what the hell is about to conspire. Is that a word? I don't know. Whatever. After this, they talked about the game cards and how they're red now. I don't know. There is a difference to them. Like, they just process data faster. Then they also talked about extra space and SanDisks, I think they're called. I think, yeah, that's a brand. And Samsung. How you can get extra space to that. And they also talked about data transfer, which is all shit I knew what was going to be in there. But it's nice to know that they have it and that it is an option. And that, you know, we have that security. It was nice to see that... The cards are now just red. I mean, sure, whatever. I mean, I guess you can tell them apart now. So, whatever. I mean, the cards are red. New SanDisks and fucking Samsung. My brother said it weird. Fucking play the clip.
It's SanDick.
You like SanDick?
I didn't mean to say that.
Look, it's sand dick.
Bro, they copied.
And, you know, data transfer. So, you know, pretty basic shit, but very important. Then right after that, they announced an all-new Pro controller. I say all new. It's the same Pro controller, with just a bit more to it, I guess you could say. They added the buttons on the bottom, and then they had the C button so that you could do game chat. And then they had a headphone jack. You want to know what I think about it? Well, here you go. It's for game chat.
Game chat.
Yes! 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 After that victory with the headphone jack, they started talking about types of games, right? So there's the first type, which are Nintendo Switch 2 games, which means they're made with the Nintendo Switch 2 in mind, okay? So they're made specifically for the Switch 2. Then they talked about the second version, which is games from the Switch 1 that will be making the crossover, like backwards compatibility, and all the games are backwards compatible to my knowledge. Then they brought up another kind, a third kind. This is like, remember when the PS5 came out? And whenever you had the game, there was, like, it was a game that came out on PS4, but now it has a PS5 version, right? Devil May Cry 5, for example. It's basically that. So, now that's been announced. But out of all the games they decided to talk about, they talked about fucking Mario Party. And how it now has an extra mode. They talked about Zelda as well, though. Then they talked about Kirby. Then they talked about Metroid. Which, I mean, decent lineup, I guess. But why would you start with Mario Party is my fucking question. So they showed off Mario Party, how it has an extra mode. Kind of like how it was an extra mode with Mario 3D World. How it had an extra mode called what was it called? Bowser something, right? And they're just going through all that and letting us know that this is how it's going to be from now on. And that would be fine if they didn't have to go and fuck it up again. What do I mean by that, right? William Way's saying that how could they fuck it up, right? Well, even if you have the original disc, let's say, okay, so I own, oh, my Switch games are down there. Hold on. I own Mario Odyssey, right? I haven't beat it. I'm getting to it. I own Mario Odyssey. So I can play it on the Switch too. But what if I want the upgraded version? Well, you have to pay an extra $20 for the upgraded version. You see where I'm starting to get irritated? Like, some games on PS5, they did let you just have the new version just because you had, that was a big deal, I remember, the cross-gen version, right? So, why are they doing this? Money. Oh, and before I forget, they also announced Pokemon for the, you know, better version, which started a pretty, I'd say, intellectual conversation between my brother and I.
That's amazing! A new Pokemon game?
Pokemon is just for fucking horny anime, like,
No, that's
bestiality. No, it's the same shit. You know how many people I've seen spam my comments? Like, I've talked about in, like, a video, or, like, I talked about in a comment section of a video or something like that. Or just somebody did, I don't know. It probably was me. But, dude, there was, like, I don't think any fucking Pokemon is hot. And I got spammed with Lopunny. Do you know who Lopunny is?
Yes,
Hold
I know
on.
who Lopunny is.
Well, maybe the audience doesn't know.
Audience, you got spammed. I mean, hear me out. I speak for all.
Get him!
Listen, I speak for all.
What is this? This has an image blocker on it. It has safe search, which means it's born.
Listen.
If I didn't have my safe search on, we'd be like fucking getting. What is this?
When you guys, man, like, what am I supposed to say?
And then it's worse because what do people call? What?
Okay. Listen. it's a free country. Anyone can do what they want.
I don't think some people deserve freedom. Specifically the guy that drew this. I don't think he deserves the right to breathe air. What is this? What was another one? You know when I knew it was bad? Whenever people were like, guys, she's so bad, she's got the Mewtwo build. You know what Mewtwo fucking built? That's what Mewtwo's built like. Small tits and big ass thighs. That is Mewtwo. Whatever.
Add her to Smash Bros.
After that, they decided that it was finally time. Everybody, it's finally time. A new game. And we've had some new games up to this point. But this is a new game not made by Nintendo to my knowledge. Actually, I don't think it is. I think it's made by somebody else, right? And it is fucking... They announced Game of the Year, let's be honest here. They announced this. Said something. I didn't hear it because you were fucking yapping.
What the... Wow.
He's playing, he's doing...
Let's go! I can finally be disabled! I've always wanted this. Actually,
oh my fucking god!
that's not how you're supposed to play the game, you're supposed to dribble it.
I can't.
Like, just stand up and do it, it's not that hard.
Stand up for yourself.
No.
Oh my god, he fucking dunked!
What? How do they
They high-fived!
The way... my question is, why are they giving the crippled these, like, high-tech suits?
Oh my... Summer of 2025! That's an instant cop. I don't know what you're talking about.
Bro, you have no... Actually, never mind. Hold up.
Why do his hands look so small? Look at his hands holding the controller.
Oh, it's just they're way bigger now.
It's Rocket League and fucking... It's Rocket League, but basketball in wheelchairs, not cars. Now, let me talk about this. I think it's great. I think it should be a lot of fun. They're showing how you can use the mouse fucking movement, which is fucking fantastic to me. And this is showing that they can use it. Are they going to use it outside of this game? Basing on what like a lot of Nintendo does, I'm guessing no. Right? Because the only real system that they did this with, that they showed off shit that they could use and they actually used it, was the Nintendo Wii. I'm sure we'll do a video on that someday. But, you know, like for right now, it's kind of whatever. I don't know. But after this, they did not stop announcing games, which is, this is the meat of the fucking Direct. This is what I'm here for, right? This game, Dragon Drive, or whatever the hell it's called, right? Fucking fantastic. We're on a great start. So let's just fucking keep pushing on, because I can't wait to talk about these fucking games that are coming out. So, let's continue. Games! Guys! The Switch 2 is gonna have games! Hold on.
Bro, that's not something.
Yeah, that's right, people. They fucking announced Elden Ring on the Switch 2. Which I know at this point, Elden Ring is a pretty old game, right? But here's the thing. I said it in the unedited version. There's not going to be an unedited version. When I was reacting to it, I said it. And I cut that part out. But what I said was this. It is impressive that Elden Ring, as big of a game as it is in size, and how much weapons there are, like how big, just in general, how big the game is as a whole, is running on a Nintendo console. Let me tell you something about Nintendo consoles. Nintendo consoles have always been weak in hardware. They've always sold consoles due to them having kick-ass games. So to see Elden Ring run on fucking a Switch, let's be honest, a Nintendo console, which is what it is, a Nintendo console, is utterly breathtaking. And it's hard to believe almost. It's just insane to imagine that. And you don't have to imagine it anymore, because it's here. And my brother had a very, he had a very he had a very crazy revelation that he would like to share with you all. Played it yet. Oh look, co-op. We could.
I'm just saying. Listen, you don't understand how complex my thinking is.
I'm gonna subtitle both of those conversations, and we're gonna see which one you were listening to. Me saying, "Hey, we can play Elden Ring together," or him saying, "Wow, look at those cheeks," and we'll see what you're listening to.
You know what? It's a weird story. I was walking down the street one day, and you know, I be looking at asses and shit, and I seen little yoga pants coming out the nail salon. So I looked, I peeped the ass out, and I was like, damn, she thick as fuck. Turn around, TT. I was like, damn, nigga, what you doing out here with all this ass? Double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon, hella ass. The sun is still out, my nigga.
After that, they announced Hades 2, which I wasn't very interested in. And then they announced another thing I wasn't interested in, which was Street Fighter. And I mean, it's cool, don't get me wrong. They're launching amiibos with Street Fighter, which I think are cool because I collect amiibos. I mean, I would, like, show you my collection, but whatever. I'll show you a different time. That'll be its own, maybe its own video, who knows. Or just a video when I have a chance, because I do have an amiibo video planned, but whatever. I'm getting distracted. No, it wasn't terribly interesting, but then they announced this fucking game where like you could it's like mechs and shit, and that looked really, really fun, and I actually really want to give it a shot when it comes out. After that, they announced Split Fiction. So the guys who made A Way Out, the series that I did with Saiyan Hero, by the time I'm recording this, it's already done. The series, I mean. So the guys who made that made Split Fiction. It looks great. I haven't played it with Saiyan yet. I do plan to play it and platinum it, hopefully. But, I mean, shit looks fun. What can I say? So, decent lineup so far. We're just going to go through all the games, and let's get to the end of this, because this video is getting kind of long. Just so you know, I bit my tongue, so it's kind of hard to say certain words, which is why I kind of sound like I'm learning less and less to speak English, I guess. That's how I described it. But let's get on. EA Sports had an announcement. They were just, I guess, they didn't really show off any games. They were just saying that they're going to be there. Hogwarts Legacy is getting a port. Tony Hawk 3+4 is getting a port. A lot of the Hitman games are getting a port. See how uninteresting this is? What was interesting was we're getting a 007 game. So, James Bond, which I personally am a huge fan of, but, I don't know. We got a fucking bullet going in a chamber and shooting like the intro to the movies. So, we got literally nothing. We got a teaser, so the only interesting thing I can think of, and I can't talk about it. Then we got some Final Fantasy bullshit, which isn't even Final Fantasy. It's called something else. I can't even remember. So, I don't know. I don't really care for it. It's not that interesting to me. Right after that, though, we got Yakuza 0 getting a port to the Switch. I kind of saw this when they ported that other fucking Yakuza game over. I just figured they were going to do more, because there's like 50 Yakuza games, and like there's what, like 6 mainline Yakuza games, and all the rest of them have like some sort of subtitle. So I mean, you know, even the side ones have fucking sequels. Kimui, is that what it's called? Kimui 1 and 2. So I mean, I love Yakuza. I love it to death, and I'm doing a platinum for it now. But like, come on. I'm kind of past caring about Yakuza. After that, we got an actual game from Nintendo, which is fantastic. I mean, the other games have been from Nintendo, but this is one that they specifically said that they're making, except they're not. So, they put this out to a different studio, but Nintendo is helping. It's Legend of Zelda Hyrule Warriors. I mean, yeah, cool. I played the first, not the first, the other one, Age of Calamity, right? This one's called Imprisonment Wars or whatever, right? I love Breath of the Wild. But I'm gonna be so honest. Let's see here. Tears of the Kingdom came out at the end of my freshman year of high school. I am now a junior. So that was what, 2 years ago? Roughly? I have not beat it. I have not beat Tears of the Kingdom. I never got around to it. I finished 2 of the Divine Beast type things and then stopped. Also, don't worry, I'm gonna put a shirt on because I'm gonna actually get dressed because, you know, the robe is kind of starting to piss me off looking at the camera. But, no, I never beat it, so I don't really care for this. I mean, Hyrule Warriors is fun, but I mean, if you want a game like this, just play Dynasty Warriors because, you know, they did it better. But I don't know. I like the first one. I might play this one, maybe. I don't know. It's cool, Nintendo, but, you know. What do you really want me to say? Then they showed off the online stuff for Nintendo and how Nintendo Online, they had this thing where they could you could play games from certain consoles because you had online. It was emulating the game and you could play it. So Nintendo 64 got it, the NES had it, the Super NES had it, even some Sega consoles, the Genesis had it, and they're all on this little thing if you have online and you can emulate the games and play them. They are now doing that with GameCube games, which is pretty damn good. I actually like that they're doing this. This looks fun. They showed off a few games that can come over. One of them that was random was Chibi Robo, which, I mean, very obscure series, but I mean, I'm glad it's getting some love, you know? But other than that, I mean, yeah, they just showed that off, and there were a bunch of different games in the GameCube one, and it would take me days to list off all, not days, but it'd take me an hour to list off all of them and talk about all of them individually, so, I mean, just take my word for it. Soul Calibur. Is that even what it's called? Yeah, it is. I don't know. But a lot of GameCube games, and they add on to these things, so if a GameCube game that you want isn't here yet, it might be added, you don't know. One cool thing I forgot to bring up is that they actually have a new controller. It's a GameCube controller meant for the GameCube games for online, even though you can use it anywhere else. However, they have the C button on it, which, I mean, great. That's fantastic because, you know, what the fuck is the point of having a controller that can't access the feature that they've been showing off possibly the most this entire direct? So, you know, good shit. And I can't wait. I really want that. It feels right to have. You know what I mean? I've always loved the GameCube controller. I mean, shit. Hold on. Let me get it. I have one right here for the Switch. So, you know, it's clear that I like this. I'm going to use this to play Smash, but, you know, still, I'm sure it'll be loads of fun. It looks like a good controller. I like it a lot. After that, we got Deltarunes 1, 2, 3, and 4. We got Borderlands 4, which isn't even out yet, which is incredible. The Civilizations game, I think they're at 7 now, which is, I don't know, I'm not really a huge fan of that. WWE 2K. My shit just lost focus. Fuck it. Just move it closer. Like that, I guess. WWE 2K and a game called Survival Kids, which was about like just a bunch of kids on an island. But I don't know. I guess it's just not that interesting to me. Last time a bunch of kids ended up in an island, you know, didn't end well, I think. After that, we got a gun game and a space game. But that's not what I want to talk about at all. Fuck that shit, right? They look fun, granted, but that's not what I really want to talk about here. I want to talk about how the fuck they got Cyberpunk running on this thing. And it comes with the DLCs, I think. I don't know. But Cyberpunk? Now, at launch, Cyberpunk was not that impressive. I'd say it was unimpressive, right? But it has gone through so much updates and so much like cosmetic surgery to where it is now like a fucking staple on how good games can look. And so for Cyberpunk, I said this with Elden Ring. Fuck, I hate that stupid lisp. Or I don't know what it is. It's just like my tongue's too fat. I said the same shit with Elden Ring, right? For that to be running on a Nintendo console is crazy. Like, it's unheard of. They've always been underpowered. I've said this over and over again. Nintendo consoles have always been underpowered. And now it can run Cyberpunk. Like, it's just more breathtaking. I really want to see what else they can run in the future. The fucking Switch 1 couldn't run fucking Mortal Kombat. And this can run fucking Cyberpunk and Elden Ring. So, Lord have mercy. Jeez. After that, I need to stop saying that. I need to stop saying after that. Then, Square Enix showed that they were bringing the Final Fantasy VII remake, the integrated version, the first remake, right, to Switch consoles. They didn't bring anything up about a Rebirth release, to my knowledge. Sorry, God is like fucking with me right now. Can you go away? Okay. They didn't say anything about that. Are they going to? I don't know. I'm not Nintendo or Square Enix. So, you know, take that as you will. I'm not a huge Final Fantasy fan. I only really like 7. So, fucking great shit. After this, they just fucking started rapid firing games. So I'm just going to let them take this and I'm going to let them just announce it. I'm not going to say much. But then the game after that, I'm going to fucking talk about. Because that, woo! I got excited. Now, after that potential copyright I'm going to suffer, they decided to announce a new game. And it wasn't made by Nintendo. It was them partnering. It was made by them partnering with someone. From Software have made a new Souls-like, or not Souls, Soulsborne, I guess Soulsborne game for the Switch. The Duskbloods. This just looks like Bloodborne to me. I don't know. I'm sure it's going to be great, and I'm sure it looks like a lot of fun. A lot of the abilities they showed off looked fun, but, I mean, I don't know. I liked Elden Ring. I did like Demon Souls. Did I play all the rest of them? I bought Dark Souls. Did I beat it? No. Just never really got the time for it. Plus, the game kicks my ass from time to time, so there's only so much of an ass kicking I can take. But it's good to see that they're having another game because, let's be honest, even if you're not a fucking Souls fan, these games kick ass and you cannot deny that. I know a few of my friends that are probably going to go crazy over this. And rightfully so. I mean, the game's fucking great. So, I don't know. I'm definitely going to try to pick it up. For sure. This looks like a decent time. Are your balls blue? Mine are. God, fuck. Alright, listen. Okay, Kirby Air Riders. Fuck it, it's just Mario Kart. Or fuck it, it's just Mario Kart, alright? Here's the thing. Masahiro Sakurai. The guy, let's be honest, he's known for making Smash Bros. And I'm so sick of, because there's a friend of mine, right? The dude is a retard. He's fucking dead-ass retarded. There's no helping him. And he thinks that Smash 6 is being worked on right now. After I saw that, I fucking don't believe it. Because Masahiro Sakurai is what's made Smash good. So, I don't think they're making it. Not right now, at least. So, sorry to burst your fucking bubble, you ginger fuck, but it's not being worked on, dog. It's just not. There's no... Look, when this game comes out, most certainly, let's be honest here, because fucking Smash Bros, it's what sells a lot of consoles. Mario Kart, Zelda, Smash. That's what sells the most consoles. I don't really know anybody who's buying a console only for Kirby. So, I mean, I'm sure there are people like that. But, stick to your fucking strengths here, man. God damn, man. I was watching this with a friend. Dude, he shut up. The dude doesn't shut up. The dude, he yaps too much, right? He talks way too fucking much. And so when I heard him being quiet watching this direct, I watched it with him. I only watched this segment, right? And my God, we both thought it was Smash because of the Kirby intro, right? Yeah, my balls were blue then, and they're still blue to this day. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sure it's fun. I'm not gonna say it looks like fun because no gameplay was shown. But whatever. Just get done with it, Masahiro or Sakurai. Just get done with it so that we can move on. So fucking please, I beg you. Please, Sakurai, please. Here's the thing with Smash, though. I feel like there's not going to be a new Smash coming out anytime soon. And you guys are probably wondering, why does he think that? Come on, look at all these leaks. One, they're all fake. So, fucking go outside, touch some grass. I'm more than certain they're fake. Two, Also, that guy, the fucking guy I was talking about, the dumbass one, he thought it was so... Dude, he thought it was a real interview. And they showed off, like, Kratos from God of War, who was a PlayStation fucking exclusive. Here's the thing. We're probably not going to get a Smash 6 anytime soon. The reason being is because when it came to Smash Ultimate now, and then Smash on Wii U, the Smash Bros. Before Switch, right? It was not backwards compatible, right? So they needed a Smash on Switch. In technicality, they already have a Smash on oh fuck, excuse me. They already have a Smash on Switch. It's called Smash Ultimate. So there's your first problem. And the same shit goes with the Smash on Wii. I think it was called Brawl. Smash Brothers Brawl. That, well, it was backwards compatible. Let's be honest, not a lot of people are going to go through that. Plus, let's be honest, have graphics changed that much to warrant a new Smash game? I want it. I want Smash. I do. I'm not trying to be an ass and say that it's not ever going to happen. But I'm trying to kill y'all guys' hope. If it is coming, it is not coming anytime soon. Guarantee you. Maybe we'll get a trailer late next year. This year, fuck no. I mean, sure, it's early in the year, so maybe early next year. Who knows, right? But I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. I don't think it's coming anytime soon. So fucking throw your hope out the window. We got Smash right now. It does the job right. That hurt to say. I will say that. Yeah, that really did hurt to say. Last game of the Direct. So, let's see. Because obviously, they probably say, you know the saying, save the best for last. So let's see what they showed us. That was the end of the Switch 2 Direct. So now it's time to talk about the ending of Donkey Kong, right? Like, I mean, cool, whatever. But you can see by that clip that just played that I don't really care about it, seeing as I just edited monkey videos over it. But let's talk about the event as a whole. What do I think of the Switch 2 and where do I think it's going? Well, games-wise, I'd say it's semi-impressive. Because on one hand, we got the most I don't really care games, and on the other hand, we got games that I do care about, like the new From Software game. think the Donkey Kong game's kind of cool. You know, Mario Kart, all this shit, right? Well, that's all I can really say about memorable games. Other than everything else that's memorable, like the 007 thing that I said that I like so much, we only got a teaser. So, I mean, the fuck, Nintendo. But that's not the main issue with the Switch. Let's do that later. Let's talk about something else first. The console itself is actually fucking amazing. I think it's great. The 200 gigabyte storage is a huge step up from what they usually do. And it seems pretty powerful. I mean, it can run Elden Ring, Cyberpunk, all these other high-tech games. So, here's the thing. If that 007 video had come out the last Nintendo Switch Direct, I'd be like, man, this game's gonna look like fucking shit. But now that I saw that they can run Cyberpunk, I can think about that 007 game, and I can think it'll look good, because it might look good. That's what I'm getting at here. It's a promise that might not be kept, but it's still a promise that has a possibility of coming true. The new Nintendo games are going to look better. They're going to run at 60 frames at least, because the Switch boasted 120 frames per second. And, I mean, it's great. I mean, my webcam is running off fucking 30. The Switch 2 is now more efficient. The Switch is now more efficient than my webcam, which is something I never thought I'd say. So, you know, I mean, it's fantastic. It's great looking, and I like where it's going game-wise and hardware-wise. Game-wise, it could be going somewhere more interesting, but let's actually talk about the games now. Their price, which is something I have talked about throughout this video, but I haven't given you my thoughts on it, like, fully. I've just said what you can kind of tell what I think about it. Nintendo, They put out a statement recently that they were going to adjust the prices due to, they were going to adjust them. So they're not as bad now. But you want to play Mario Kart, right? Sure, just give us $70.99. $70.99, $80. Oh, you want it physical? Oh, you want it physical? Because I don't know if you noticed, but all that is games. I like collecting physical games. You want it physical? It's going to be more expensive. $80.99. You want me to pay $90 for Mario Kart? If I'm paying $90 for Mario Kart, the game better fucking grant me 3 wishes. Because, like, it's Mario Kart. You know what's funny? Donkey Kong Bonanza is less, if I remember correctly, costs less than Mario Kart does. I don't know. Look, when it comes to Nintendo's pricing, the console itself is $450. And I heard a lot of people complaining about that. And to be honest with you, I mean, it could be fucking worse when it comes to the console. It's not the console's price I'm mad at. It is the game's price. Because if the games were just like 70, 60, right, then I would buy the console day one. But now I'm looking at it and it's like, yeah, I'm fine with buying the console, but if I'm going to buy the console, I want games to play on the fucking thing. So I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I don't think I'm going to buy it day one. I don't think I'm going to, because there's nothing to buy it for. The Switch launched with Breath of the Wild, right? And a big thing is that, or a big thing they hit home was that you could play all your old Switch games on the new Switch. So what they're trying to make you do is throw away or sell your old Switch because you don't need it anymore, right? Because this new thing, it can play all your games. But here's the thing. There are no new games I want to buy that are only on Switch 2. Well, you said Cyberpunk was cool. I have Cyberpunk on my PC and my PS5. So I'm not going to buy it for that. Oh, Elden Ring's pretty cool. Well, I have it on the PC and the PS5. So, like, I have no excuse to buy this shit. And here's another thing. Any game that is coming out that I'm going to buy the Switch for, it's next year. I mean, 2026 is when Duskblood's going to come out. And I don't even know. Is that going to be an exclusive? I don't know. All right, look. When it comes to game pricing, I don't know why, but it just gives me this image. The image I'm putting on screen is what I think about the price. Like, Nintendo. What Nintendo is doing to itself. Like, what the fuck are you up to, man? Like, look, okay, they've tried this before. They tried it with the DS, and it didn't work. They backed the fuck off because they knew that, you know, they were getting fucked on this deal, right? Are they going to do so with this? They put out a statement saying they're going to fix the prices, but then when they showed off a lot of the prices, it was like $90 for a pair of Joy-Cons. How the hell did the Joy-Cons outprice the Pro Controller? The Pro Controller for the Switch I always used to laugh at because of how expensive it was, right? The new Pro Controller is even worse! And I don't really notice any difference other than a fucking C button and the two little shoulders. Like, I don't know what the... Like, what do you want me to do, man? What do you want me to do, Nintendo? Nintendo, why, man? Just why? They were, by far, the cheapest option in the past. But now they're not. And here's another thing. I know what you guys might be thinking, because every consumer thinks this at some point or another. Can I just wait for the price to go down? No! Nintendo games never, almost fucking never go down in price. Breath of the fucking Wild, sitting in your Walmart right now, I guarantee you that bitch is at least $50. Breath of the Wild came out in like, what, 2018? I don't know. It's insane. Because it's just a fucking, like, what are you doing, Nintendo? You are this image. Don't do this. Stop fucking yourself over and then asking why you're being fucked. It's that simple. I'm not a billion-dollar Japanese company. I'm not. But, like, Nintendo, you've done this shit before. But there is some sort of truth to what they're doing right now. Let's be honest. They know you're going to buy it. You're going to buy it. A lot of you who are watching this video are going to buy the Switch 2. A lot of you, or some of you, will probably buy it day one. You see what I'm getting at here? They know you'll buy their shit. Because Nintendo's games, they kick ass. And that is what's been keeping them afloat for years. I said earlier, their consoles have always been really weak. It's their exclusives that keep them ahead of the competition. I love The Last of Us, but I would play a Legend of Zelda game over The Last of Us 100 times over. Let's be honest on that. I love God of War, but I like Mario more. You see what I'm saying here? Is that they know that their games kick ass. They know they can mistreat you because you're gonna take it. They spit in your face, make you say thank you, and then do it again. Because they know you're not gonna fucking leave. They know. I mean, why would you? Their games kick ass, so you're gonna keep coming back. So, I don't know. When it comes to this, it's just a really weird place to be in, I guess you could say. Because I don't know what Nintendo's doing. Maybe they have some fucking master plan to overthrow the fucking shadow government, the fucking Lalilulelo or something. But, like, I think they're just being fucking insane. I don't know. Let's see how they play this out. But I have very little faith that, you know, this is really going to work for you, Nintendo. However, there are a lot of you who would honestly probably, like, strip down and oil up if Nintendo told you to. So, I don't know. This has been my Switch 2 review, or the review of the Direct, I guess you could say. When the console comes out, I'll do an actual review. Out of 10, I think I'd give it a 6. And the reason why is because my fucking monitor turned off. Hold on. Monitor! Wake up! Okay, here we go. My monitor's back on. I don't know. It's... Games-wise, it was kind of mid. Console-wise, the console itself is fucking fantastic. The console, the hardware, looks great. It looks like it works well. And, I mean, it's just perfect, right? And then there's the price, which knocks it down another fucking, you know. So, I don't know. 6 out of 10. I'll give it that. Because the console itself carried this fucking Direct. So... I don't know. I feel like they are getting a bit greedy, though. Because you have to pay for the upgraded versions. $20 for the upgraded version. You have to pay for the fucking built-in game demo. Then you gotta pay for the fucking, the shit with the new games. $90 to $80. Or $80 to $90. I don't know. It's gonna be costly. And I don't think I'm gonna be there for the beginning years of it. Because, I don't know. I don't know. Just some shit, man. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. That'd be greatly appreciated. I will see you all in the next video. Hopefully an actual challenge video, not a review. And I'll see you then. Bye-bye.